Alright guys, Pilot Steve. We'll be departing New Orleans Lakefront Airport today, going back to Spruce Creek in Florida. So as you can see, we got the VL3 ready to go, and we're just about to depart. Got a little bit of cloud cover at about 2,500 feet, but we're going IFR, so we'll pop up through that and go back at 9,000, try to make up for the headwinds we had yesterday coming over here. We had 40 knot headwinds. It took forever, so I'm hoping to go back. It's calling for a 30 knot tailwind up at 9,000, so that's what we're going to do. See how that goes. As long as it's smooth, we'll just stay up there the whole way. But I'll take you along, and we'll be departing here shortly. All right, we're getting ready to depart New Orleans Lakefront, runway 36 left. And this is the shorter of the two parallel runways there at Lakefront, but more than enough room for departure. They also have a real short runway. It's runway 927. Sometimes the winds favor that one, but today the winds were pretty much out of the south. So we get to take off and kind of fly over the city. And as soon as we get airborne here, they're going to switch us to New Orleans departure, and then departure will get us out of the area. You can see I'm airborne here in the first few hundred feet, and that's the tower going by, local tower, and at this point they're about ready to switch me over. So now we're switched over to New Orleans departure, and this is East New Orleans. We're heading over the lake here, Lake Pontchartrain, the shoreline, and they've cleared me up to 7,000, so I'm on my way up to 7,000. You can watch some of the parameters as I climb. Basically, to climb this airplane, you just push the throttle up to about 85–90% power and point the nose up. And I normally try to climb when I'm getting out of this type of airspace. I set the climb rate to 1,000 feet a minute. Just watch your airspeed. There is a flight level control on the autopilot which will hold airspeed at a certain amount, but I found out that it's a little bit easier to climb just by setting the rate of climb with a vertical speed, and just keep an eye on the airspeed. Just make sure your power's up and you won't have any problem. The nice thing about the G3X system too is that it does have angle of attack warning, and if you start to get too slow, it's going to start beeping at you, and a red bar will show up on the G3X and start warning you to put the nose down. And at some point the autopilot will put the nose down for you also. So the G3X has got a lot of safety features built in. Alright, so we're making our way out of the New Orleans area, Class C. They'll eventually hand us over to Gulfport here, and they'll work us through the panhandle there, and then Mobile, and we talk to Pensacola, and from Pensacola we talk to Eglin Air Force Base, then Kendall Air Force Base, then Tallahassee Approach, and then from Tallahassee Approach, Jacksonville Center, Jacksonville Center to Jacksonville Approach, and then when we get close to home, it'll be Daytona Approach, and they'll bring me into Spruce Creek. So that's the basic IFR route out of here. It's across the top of the panhandle, Victor 198 airway, and that's the best way to get out because there's so much military airspace along the coast that if you go that route, you're going to get rerouted usually. And here I am popping up through the clouds. They're insignificant today. No thunderstorms around, just a little bit of cloud cover. And you can see the wispy clouds way up high. That's usually a sign of smooth air, and it was. It's a nice smooth ride all the way home. So I'm going to be quiet for a little while, let you watch what you want, speed through what you don't, fast forward whatever you need, I'll conclude with the approach into Spruce Creek. You'll see the landing there, and I'll narrate as needed along the way. So enjoy the video. Pilot Steve. Okay, I'm at my cruise altitude 9,000. Just thought I'd put up some parameters for you. You can see that airspeed is on up there. Our ground speed was 211 knots across the ground with a 30-knot tailwind, so that was nice. talking to Daytona approach now, and you can see by the altitude there, they're lowering me down, stepping me down from initial 9,000 feet. Here they're getting me down pretty good, getting close in, and getting ready for the approach into Spruce Creek. At some point, about 10 miles from the airport, I'll cancel IFR with Daytona approach and continue VFR because it's, as you can see, it's a completely clear day. No need for IFR here. And that gives me time to communicate with the local traffic on the common traffic frequency to coordinate my approach into Spruce Creek, which is a good thing to do. You want to listen up, get a mental picture of where all the other airplanes are that are landing or taking off from Spruce Creek. And if anybody's somewhat close to me, I usually try to communicate directly with them and work out a plan of who's going first and who's where and what we're going to do. That's not required, but I think it's a good idea in these non-towered airports, especially one like Spruce Creek where there's usually a lot of traffic, to coordinate with any close-in traffic, and so everybody's on the same page. We also have helicopter traffic usually in Spruce Creek too. We'll be sure that those guys are out of the way, and never really want to land in a helicopter wake. You never know what it's going to do to the airplane, especially these light airplanes like the VL3. So get all that done and get in here close. Today I'm south of the airport, well, southwest of the airport, and the winds are out of the northeast, so I'm going to come around the bottom of the airport, probably fly at pattern altitude at around 1,000 feet above ground level, and fly across the departure end of runway 24 and do an upwind and then crosswind around the departure end of 24, and then a downwind for runway 6 and left base and final for the landing. I find this is the best way to do it. A lot of people like to come up and do like a teardrop into the 45. I don't like doing that because you're actually turning into traffic that may be on a longer downwind. Plus the fact that the Daytona Class C here is only 1 mile from the airport, so you have to stay out of it. So any of you guys coming in and landing on runway 6 in Daytona, it's best to do your upwind, crosswind, and then downwind. It's a little bit longer pattern, but it is certainly a lot safer. You can see the runway now to the left, and I'm crossing the bottom of it and getting ready to turn my upwind, so we're turning upwind now. And keep the speed and the gear up until I start my downwind. I like to put the gear down in the VL3, midfield downwind, 1,000 feet AGL, and get slowed up, get the gear down, 1 notch of flaps, and then get lined up for the base and final. And when I hear the 500-foot call out from the Garmin system, I'll go to 2 notches of flaps, and usually makes for a good landing. And you'll see here, it's I was worried about the speeds at first, but they're very easy to obtain. You get down to 81 knots, gear down, and then you stay between 75 and 80 knots. Get 1 notch of flaps in, then you between 70 and 75 knots. And then on final, when that second notch comes in, you stay around 70, 72 knots, something like that. Straight in, no more turns, and it's easy to land. Just hold it off, let the plane land itself. Usually keep a little power in until I'm right above the runway, and then pull it out and just hold it off until it lands itself. Plenty of runway. These planes land in very short fields, so there's no reason to rush anything. You'll see I land here, and I'm easily able to make the halfway turn off point to get out of the runway. There was a plane waiting for takeoff and a helicopter waiting for takeoff, so I want to get out of everybody's way, but I'm not going to rush it and just do my normal thing. Also, you'll see once I get off the runway, I'll stop completely to clean up the airplane, get the flaps up, get the parachute pin put back in, and you don't want to do anything in a hurry and accidentally put the gear up or something like that. So it's best to just stop, get your head straight, clean up everything, and then taxi home. So enjoy the rest of the video. Pilot Steve signing off, and I'll see you in the next video.